What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this series that I'm collaborating on with Matt Bacon, all about how to launch a brand new project from scratch online. Now, before we jump into the content, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the videos that we have planned for you. So today we're talking about, in this video, all about the strategy. So the strategy behind, I guess, the other videos that we are doing in this series, because you don't want to kind of just launch your band and put it out there without any sort of thought behind why and how you're going to do it, because we want you to have the most impact as quick as possible with your new band or musical project. So in Matt's first video, he is going to be talking all about the assets that you'll need to acquire and get organized within your band prior to launching any of your social media, prior to launching your band publicly, which I'll talk about in a moment. Video 3 is going to be social media setup. How to set up your socials for maximum success. Obviously, you only get one chance to make a first impression, so you really want to have your social media set up in a way that is going to attract your ideal fans to you and capture the attention of people that are browsing on your page from, say, within the music industry. Video number 4 is going to be about launching and inviting your friends. So we're going to talk about the, I guess, techniques that we use to kind of get, you know, all of your friends and your network and your family and just, you know, people who followed you from past projects onto your social media page and how to get them engaging straight away. Video number 5 is going to be about awareness campaigns. So we're specifically going to be talking about ads and PR. Video number 6, which Matt is going to take care of, is all about getting to that next level. So how do you know when you're ready for management, when you're ready for labels, and how to just get, you know, on the radar of those types of people. Today we are talking about the strategy overview. So when you have a new project that you want to launch, obviously, you know, you may be jamming with people, you may have even thought of a band name, and you're kind of at this point where you want to tell the world about your project. So one of the biggest mistakes that I see bands making is launching their new project on social media with, you know, really nothing much except for maybe a DIY photo shoot or maybe a logo that someone has quickly knocked up in Canva or something like that. And, you know, other than that, the band's social media is quite empty. So the strategy that I want any new project to use, and by the way, you can kind of relaunch at any time, which I might talk about at the end of this video, is I want you guys to, yes, pick a band name and save your social media handles so then no other band can take that, you know, ideal social media handle away from you, and do not launch. Do not tell anyone. So you can set up your Facebook page, you can set up your Twitter account, you can set up your Instagram or your TikTok, whatever social media platforms that you want to focus on. I always recommend Instagram and Facebook still being the main platforms that I want you to focus on in the beginning. You can certainly branch out to other platforms once you've nailed those two. So you want to save your handles, make sure that, you know, ideally you want the handle to be the same across all channels. So you don't want to have a different handle for Instagram that you have with Facebook, that you have with Twitter, that you have with TikTok and YouTube and whatnot. You want to keep them as consistent as possible. Now, sometimes this isn't you know, a scenario that you'll be able to have because maybe someone else has taken that particular handle on Twitter, for example, but you want to get the handles as close as possible because it really just helps people find you and know that, you know, the band that they're following on Facebook that they've decided to follow on TikTok is the same band, especially if there are a couple of bands with the same name, which can happen from time to time. So save your social media handles, but do not tell anyone. The strategy will be that you need to wait until you have at least a demo, or I actually prefer that you have your first single recorded, and you want to, I guess, plan out the launch of that in conjunction with the launch of your social media channels. And the reason is, if you don't have any music or at least a teaser or a demo or something like that, then when you are inviting your friends and family and your network and whatnot to your band's Facebook page, for an example, or if you're pointing people over to your Instagram, then essentially you're asking them to like a band name, and that really isn't going to mean too much to them. So to make the biggest splash possible, you want to wait until you have, you know, all your assets, which Matt is going to be talking about in your next video, and ideally, you know, some sort of demo piece of music all ready to go, so that when people do go onto your band's page, then they can get kind of a snippet of what they're actually liking, aside from just a band name, and they can make a more informed decision, and they'll be just more likely to click that like button, click that follow button, and it's just going to help your numbers build a whole lot quicker. There's nothing worse than being invited to like a band's page and then that band's page continuously posting things like big things coming, but in reality, you know, it's really kind of just unprofessional to not have activity. You want to look like you're buzzing, that you've got your shit together straight from the get-go, and that's how you get the most from your social media channels right at the start. So before we go today, I quickly wanted to talk about relaunching. So you can by all means use what we talk about in this video to relaunch your band. So when you are wanting to do a relaunch, there are a few different reasons why you would do a relaunch. You know, to kind of, if you're going in a new musical direction, if you've changed band members significantly, or if you just want to be seen in a different light by, you know, your fans and the music industry. So if you did want to relaunch your band, by all means, use the steps that we're going to be talking about in this video series, and you're going to want to rehash everything from the style of band photos, maybe your logo, you're maybe going to want to change up, you know, what genre you're listed under, and you can kind of go dark for a very small amount of time, get rid of like all your old, images on Instagram, archive them, get rid of, you know, some old videos on YouTube. You don't have to get rid of everything. You may just like to keep just your video clips and that's it. And you can kind of wipe the slate, you know, semi-clean and relaunch the band. In fact, I love working with clients on relaunching bands. I think that, you know, if done right, relaunching and rebranding your band can really, really leapfrog you significantly over where you were before and over, you know, a whole bunch of other bands who are still kind of unsure about the direction that they're going in. So I love a good relaunch. If you want to know more about that, you can definitely hit me up on Instagram. If you did like this video series, please hit that subscribe button, subscribe to Matt's channel as well. Make sure you follow us both on Instagram. I'll leave all the links and whatnot down below. Drop us a comment if you got something out of this video, or if you have any questions. We would love to continue the discussion in the comments section, and I'll speak to you guys in the next one.